morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market video for equity, guys. My name is Chirag, NISM certified technical analyst, and let's get into the view for the day. So, looking at what happened yesterday, we did say that if the day low was respected yesterday, we would be closing towards on a positive side, and that is exactly what happened. We did close positive both in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and Sensex. So let's see what the view is there for today. So today we definitely see a Nifty futures trading at a premium of 93 points and Bank Nifty futures trading at a premium of 252 points compared to their index, both being bullish in nature. India VIX is slightly down by 0.76%. So this is also bullish in nature here, and definitely positive for the market. Moving over to the crude oil levels, crude oil definitely trading below that pre-COVID levels of 6,500 levels. So that is definitely positive in nature there. Coming over to GIFT Nifty is seeing a slight gap down of 30 points. So at 30 points, it's probably not going to sustain today looking at the data. But let's see the other points of data to see if it will sustain or not. Gold bees and silver bees both are positive. Gold bees up 0.31%, silver bees up 1.87%. So definitely bullish in nature there too. Moving over to the sectoral indices, all the sectors are pretty positive, especially your key sectors like auto, BankX, IT, and real estate are also extremely positive. So we should definitely seeing upside move because of this here too. Coming over to NSE, we see there are 1,685 advances and 1,287 declines. This being 1,685 stocks closing on the upside, on the positive side, and 1,287 stocks closing on the negative side. Definitely a positive sentiment given from the market looking at this. Moving on to our FIDI data. The FIDI data we see in the cash market, there is selling from the FIIs, which is not good, but the DIs are equally matching, whatever the FIIs are selling, and in fact, a little bit more. And moving on to the FNO segment, the index segment, we just see about 460 crores of buying in FII index futures, but in stock futures, we see FIIs getting a good amount of buying of almost 2,591 crores here. Looking at the advance decline ratio now, we see there is in Nifty 50 38 advances and only 12 declines, which is extremely positive, and in Bank Nifty 6 advances and 6 declines, which is more on the neutral side. Although in Nifty 50 we only see healthcare, aviation, and metal and mining as one of those areas, as those sectors that are in the positive, it is still good because we are seeing more sectors in the positive slash neutral area. Finally, moving over to the option chain. On the left side, we have calls. And in calls, we see buying in the money and a little bit of selling outside the money. So this is definitely bullish in nature. And on the right side in puts, we see selling both in and out of the money. So overall, the option chain is bullish in nature. So keeping this in mind, a couple of key levels that we should definitely have a look out for is this 24,600 and 24 550s kind of levels there. The market can come down, take support from there, and keep moving higher from there. So it's definitely important to keep these two levels marked as they're pretty important levels in the option chain for today. Moving on to the global indices, we see US is extremely positive, closed extremely positive, 1.4% positive in Dow Jones, 0.32% positive in S&P 500, and Nasdaq being almost 0.14% positive there. Moving on to Europe we see that Germany is, or DAX is up almost 0.67%, FTSE closed 0.19%, and CAC is up 0.66% there. Finally, coming over to the Asian markets, we see Nikkei is actually running at a negative of 1.14% there, and Kospi is also slightly negative slash neutral at 0.04 there. So the nature of Nikkei basically today is we did see a gap down, which we also have, and then it went slightly up, and then there's another fall today. Let's just hope that the same pattern is not repeated in the Indian markets today. There are chances of this happening, but this is, I think, with the data, slightly unlikely, right? So moving on to Indian ADRs doing extremely positive. We see good buying in Dr. Reddy's, Infosys, Wipro, ICICI and HDFC also have come back to positives. So it's extremely positive data here. Looking at the index futures, we see US is, more on the neutral side, just minus 0.01% negative here, 0.09% negative here, and 0.09% negative here too. So just slightly negative here, which should not at all be a problem. So one of the main things we have to keep in mind today is today might be a range bound day because it is only a 4-day trading week and there's a 3-day holiday coming up. So it today might be a range bound day, not a very volatile activity. But again, the thing goes the same. S1 or S2 should be respected here. If S1 is not, S2 should be respected, and we should see a reversal from S2. That is when we can see a positive growth for next week in the market. And again, we should try our best to be closing above this 24,664 levels and make this higher and higher sort of formation in the market so that we can see more positive growth in the market there. Anyway, guys, more than the view, you guys should be trading your setup. So trade your setup, not your emotions or your view. Trade one index and trade, one time frame, which will be the best. And hope you guys enjoyed the video for today. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe, and see you guys tomorrow.